Hey guys, this is Intermediate Python. I'm going to take you through the curriculum of Intermediate Python and show you what we have in this course. This is still work under progress, so I'm going to populate some of these fields later. The first part starts with advanced loops, the difference between for and while loop, and how to interpret different kinds of for loop and different conditions. Now, when I talk about that, it's about getting inside a loop and using a lot of if-else condition. I start with simple example, but when we jump into more details, this things become something that is more related to list comprehension. What are list comprehension? List comprehension means combining list, for loop, and if-else in a very nice manner. I would say in a very aesthetic manner, in which you can do a lot of calculation in just one line. Using list comprehension, you can put a for loop, dot append command to add something inside a list, and if else, and lambda function, everything in just one line. The code that you see in front of you, if I were to write it in some traditional manner, it's going to require like 10-12 lines, and I have to scroll my page down. So that is what list comprehension does. The same comprehension, for example, this code, the same long code would be at least like 8 to 12 lines. Let's see what this code does. This code first starts with strings, and it goes inside loop inside a loop, so it goes into two loop. Therefore it has two for. Just imagine two loops means two new lines in the older way. So it goes inside the first element, then it goes inside the first element, and then it loops again. If the length of this word is greater than 2, then it breaks down this word and prints this word and the elements inside this word. So it goes inside, since this is greater than 2, it prints out 4. Bar is greater than 2, so it prints out that. Then it goes here and it updates the index level, because this is the second thing in the list. So it becomes 0 and 1, and then inside. Now W, the length is less than 2, so it ignores it and it goes there. The same command in the other world is very long. So you have an if thing, you have two loops, and you have enumerate, which puts all these numbers 0, 1, 2, and 3, everything inside one line. So this is a interesting example. If you were to look at what does enumerate do, then you can say enumerate, and this is the first thing automatically becomes the index, and the second thing is element inside a list. Let's look at the next one. If I have a list of list, and if I want to output only the list where the length of the list is greater than 2, this time I'm not using length of the string, this I'm using the length of the list. So which list has more than 2 elements? This 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. The 6, 6, 6 and 7, 8, these have two. This has 1 element, 2 element, and 1 element. So this is not going to get printed. So if I want to print or create a list, always remember list comprehension has append, if else, and for loop. So if I can do that using list comprehension, the answer looks like this. Elegant solution of the same way. And likewise, you can play with it. You can do different kind. You can also do a selective stuff, like if this has 91 or 18 thing inside the string, don't do it, and things like that. Okay, so that is about list comprehension. We go more deeper inside this, and then we understand how to create different lambda function and then use it to loop through a list, and how to use the map function. Now there are 3 functions: map, filter, map, and reduce. As the name suggests, filter is used to filter out, map is used to create a mapping, and reduce would generally add everything up. You just give the function of what you have to do on each one of them, or multiply everything up, how many elements are there. So if it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's going to multiply 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. Those kind of things would be done by map. We go more deeper into more slowly into this in my course, where we go very slowly. So we can apply these lambda function. This is an example where we are using a function, and inside that we have a list. Now all these functions could be converted into list comprehension. You don't need to memorize these stuff. You need to just know that how the syntax behave. If you want to print this or an inverted this that starts with 10 or 7, then you use a while loop or a for loop, whichever you want. There are some examples that I have taken from Learn Python the hard way, and I go back to easier example again as time passes by. The next part of this intermediate course talks about different file formats, especially the JSON file format, and how to use API to bring back data about some of like the cryptocurrency or whatever you're looking for. And to use the API, we use request, and in request you have get. So we use it to get the crypto data and save it into a Python dictionary. Then we have filter, map, and reduce, and some examples of that. After that, we have some code that is regarding the Hadoop big data. So that's where I go after this, which is how to use the Hadoop mapping and reducing. So this was a very quick intro. Let me show you the whole curriculum of the Python intermediate training. It's expected that you should know Python 101, or you should be using Python for at least 6 months to 1 year before I jump and take you there. So the whole course is like offered in 6, 9, and 36-hour variants, but it starts with map, filter, and reduce, try and accept, error handling, inheritance, derived classes, how to write a class inside a function, how to use Django, what are iterators, what are generators, what do the yield keyword do, what are higher order function, decorators, closures, operator overloading, deep and shallow copy, callbacks, static methods, sorting, big O notation, and recursion. So this is generally the agenda for Python 102, although what you were looking at was the 6-hour course, and that is a small variation where I'm going through the loops, list comprehension, the nested loop, class, lambda function, file handling, web scraping, exception handling, and how to use Python for big data. So introduction to PySpark. So this is Python 10 from 101, lambda function and data frames, which is a part of pandas. And I also talk about the JSON and importing an Avro file, and introduction to object-oriented programming, and file handling in terms of Avro and Parquet file, and also using some examples of PySpark. So that's another thing that I do. So this was about my course. I hope this was useful. If you have more questions, just drop them down and I'll try to get back.